yeah, that was pretty rough time. Probably like 2014 was the rock bottom point, summer of 2014. So yeah, just over 4 years ago now.
Okay.
And 7 stone overweight, which is like 45 kilograms for those crazy Europeans and their metric system.
Yeah, so
And
45 kilograms overweight.
yeah, so like
Wow, so
heavy.
that's like 90 plus pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like almost 100 pounds, which was pretty crazy.
really.
Yeah, and so I was really overweight. Like you mentioned, I had rheumatoid arthritis, but at that stage, it had gotten really, really bad. I was struggling to get up and down the flight of stairs to the apartment where we are right now. And
Right, right. And how old are you at that time?
so I was 26 at the
Very
time.
young.
Very young to have a condition like that, especially because most people associate arthritis as like some kind of old person condition. But the type of arthritis that I had is an autoimmune disorder, so that can affect like even kids or people at any age. It's more a case with the other kind of arthritis, osteoarthritis, that affects older people because it's just like wear and tear on the joints. Whereas the kind of arthritis I had is your immune system goes hyperactive and starts attacking your own body. So it's in a family of conditions, autoimmune disorders, so rheumatoid arthritis. Somebody, if they have an autoimmune disorder, it might manifest as like Crohn's disease, so that's like inflammation in the gut. Other people might have like psoriasis if it's a skin disorder, but it's all back to this root cause of your immune system going haywire. And for me, it was rheumatoid arthritis, so crazy swelling in the joints. Like I said, up and down a flight of stairs would have been sore for my knees. Opening a door handle or brushing my teeth would have hurt my joints in my hands.
And so did they know what the cause is? Like, does medical science understand like what's causing this type of condition in people?
Not really, but it's well-reasoned speculation that it's stress-related. And it's probably no surprise that in this day and age that autoimmune disorders are like, it's so hot right now. It's so popular, right?
Yeah, right. It's like trendy.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So,
not stopping. It's like skyrocketing.
yeah.
More and more people are, starting to have symptoms of these type of conditions, that autoimmune conditions.
Yeah, and so it's kind of not a surprise that it's like stress related because we're born into a world that we're not really evolved to deal with, and people are in low level stress all of the time. And part of my journey since that like rock bottom point that we touched on there has been learning a lot about health from different angles, and I've really started to get a better understanding of the nervous system through things like the Wim Hof Method and what our buddy Casper was teaching through Strong Fit. And yeah, to see that I was basically locked in that fight or flight state in the low level stress all of the time, and through that developed a pretty weak nervous system and the ability and vagus nerve or vagal tone, and my ability to go back into that rest and digest state was
Okay,
just.
so just for the audience, like, what is the vagus nerve and what's the importance of that in the body?
So within the nervous system, there's the two well-recognized states, and even though like our buddy Casper's working on looking into that
Casper
even deeper.
Vandermoylen, everybody. He's going to be on episode 18. This is episode 19.
Yeah, exactly. So at the minute, the standard model shows, the sympathetic nervous system or fight or flight, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest. And most people are basically stuck in the sympathetic nervous system all of the time, low level stress, because we're really not evolved to deal with things like traffic, bills, emails, constant screen time, just like bombarding our system and putting us in a state of low level stress.
Being hangry and horny.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically like too much of the good stuff.
Right.
Because stress has become a kind of dirty word nowadays, but like stress is a really good thing. I think the problem is the fact that we're just always in stress, and even if it is low level, and that's where I believe like these autoimmune disorders are so common nowadays that I know for sure. Like, so I touched on that rock bottom point in June 2014, but like that's the bottom of a journey that was maybe, I don't know, like over a decade of low level stress, so at some point my body just that low level stress and the inflammation that's symptomatic of being in the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, just like locked into place.
Right. So it was like a super saturation point. It was the straw that broke your back, basically.
I believe so, and again, it's just all like highly reasoned speculation. But everything that I've been learning over the last 4 years since getting my health back, losing all of the weight, 4 years, no symptoms, no pharmaceutical drugs, seems to be that the more I align myself with how the body is evolved to cope naturally, so with a balanced nervous system, the better I feel, and I believe that many other people would benefit from that. So
medical science says that once you have an autoimmune condition, it's like almost incurable. Like essentially you're kind of stuck with that for life, and you've basically shown otherwise.
Yeah, so they also call it like a chronic illness, which means that you just don't get better, apparently. And
you were on a bunch of pharmaceutical medication.
Crazy pharmaceutical drugs, ones that are used as like anti-cancer treatment, and other like medication that was so strong that I was going for a blood test every 2 weeks just for the medication that I was on, like not even to do with the condition that I was suffering from. So yeah, needless to say, I really wanted off the pharmaceutical drugs, because I mean, I was pretty scared, to be honest. If like I'm having to go for a blood test every couple of weeks just for that drug, like what is that doing to my system? And worse still, it wasn't having any positive effect at that time anyway.